Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Fan Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Huh? So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Hey, we want to shout out to our sponsors, Daytona Beach Comic Con. If you are a fan of comic books, if you're a fan of comic book conventions, and if you like meeting comic book creators and getting comics and comic-related stuff, then you need to make your plans to attend Daytona Beach Comic Con. This year's show is September 9th and 10th. Silverline will be there, so you should make your plans to be there too. We'll see you there. If you like comics and find yourself in the Orlando, Florida area, doesn't everyone come to Orlando at some point in time to see the House of Mouse? But when you're here, you need to make it a point to visit Coliseum of Comics, especially the one on East Colonial Drive. They carry Silverline comics, even a limited edition Coliseum of Comics version of our comics. So, when you go, be sure to ask for Silverline Comics and tell them we sent you. OCD stands for Orlando Collector Deviants. OCD, Steve and Trish, they're a family of geeks who promote geek things, particularly those around the Orlando, Florida area. They're big supporters of Silverline, and we think you should be supporters of theirs too. Go give them some love. If you are an independent comic book maker and you need to get your independent comics made, you need to look no further than Kablam! Kablam Digital Printing. They print our books, and they do a bang-up job. They're not only trusted by Silverline, but many, many independent comic book makers. Head on over to kablam.com and see for yourself just how easy it is to have your comic printed by them. And tell them Silverline sent you.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
Hi, I'm Barb Kilber, co-host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham. Join us each Wednesday night as we discuss comics, literature, movies, and anything else that may catch our attention.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline.
Hello, good evening everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Wham. It is May 8th, 2024, and I have now dated ourselves and made us irrelevant. But hey! I am joined by our wonderful additional hosts, the Empress of Inks, Barb Kelberg. Say hello.
Hello!
And the venerable Rob Davis, the slinger of pencils and inks and who knows what else. Maybe the odd softball or two.
Not for a long time. I'm too old for that stuff.
Not for a long time.
No knees. My knees won't take it. Yeah, I don't want to get hurt.
I was slinging some boomerangs the other day.
Oh, really?
The boys got some boomerangs.
I never could get those to work.
Do they actually work?
Yeah.
Do they actually boom around?
I never could get those to work.
These are kind of like styrofoamish. I don't know what
probably easier to make work.
Yeah, they do kind of work, but you got to kind of still work at it. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So, excuse me, I'm just gonna take a quick swig of my tea. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, since we ran out of topics to talk about, we're just gonna do Comics Ballyhoo tonight. We're gonna talk comic books in general. What does it take to make comic books? What are we working on? What's Silverline up to? And if anyone else has some... Vic! Vic is here! Vic!
Oh my God!
Vic! Sorry.
Can Vic get in?
Vic.
You going to bring him in, or just as he just is a fan?
I don't know. He's on the chat, so...
Okay.
Hey, man. So, Vic...
All right. Yeah, I haven't heard from him.
I've been thinking about you, Mike. I've been thinking about you, Vic, and if you have any pictures that you want to show us of updates from when we did your stuff way back, send some stuff along. I don't know how you're going to send it to us, but get it to us. I want to see your new work.
Yes.
So, yeah.
He had some posted on Facebook today.
Oh, did he?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone could send me a link, I would
'Cause
love to
I
show off
saw
your
it.
stuff, whatever you're up to. So yeah. So yeah. So last week we had the wonderful guest of Dennis Cowan, which is a wonderful conversation. That was a really cool
Yeah, I was
one.
so glad I could make it in for the last half hour of that. That was great.
Yeah.
The guy
brought up
is
a comment.
so laid back and so nice.
Yeah.
I've known him for many, many years, and he's never changed. He has always been the same, level-headed, down-to-earth sweetheart.
Yeah, given the kind of things that he's worked on, the things that he's done in the comic book industry, you would expect a guy with a head, this big. But no, he was very down to earth. I'd always heard he was a great guy. I was like I said, I was thrilled that I was able to get online to see the last half hour of that show. But I went back and watched the first half hour, and wow,
yeah,
great show.
So yeah, so if anyone out there in the world of in the big bad world who doesn't read comics or is new to comics, Dennis Cowan is a legend in the comic book industry, and he was go look up our interview from last week. It was an
after we're
interview.
done tonight.
he's worked on Batman. He's worked on Black Panther. He's worked on all sorts of books in between. The question
was big in the 80s, huge, and so he parlayed that into all kinds of other things that he created just wonderful stuff.
Yeah, he created an imprint called Milestone for DC, which gave us Static Shock, which is a household name, and a couple other characters that he did. Now, the intriguing thing was the stuff that he produces on a comic page. I was expecting a very different mannerism from him as a person. I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy produces that art, and this is the guy that makes that art." I was like, "Okay, he didn't match the art. He didn't match the art at all."
No,
I don't know if that makes any sense or not.
No, it does when you consider that he thinks about what he's a thinker.
Yeah.
He's it's art to him. He's got a style. He picked this style. He didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily. It did come organically, but he also worked to get it to where it was.
Yeah.
He pushed his art a certain way. A lot of us just kind of follow. We're like a river. We follow where the muse takes us. I mean, that's pretty much what I've done. But he actually changed the course of his art's river to go the way he wanted it to go. So incredible, just incredible.
He started at point A when he was 14, and over the course of many years, his he's been doing it for 50 years, and he's younger than I am, and I've been doing it for 35. So good Lord, his style has evolved as he has.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
So he did mention a sentence that I want to kind of maybe, because we're kind of winging it tonight with the Comics Ballyhoo, but we're talking comics. The one statement, and I want to kind of maybe dig on this a little bit, is that he said he learned what comics are and what comics aren't, and that statement stuck out to me like a sore thumb, because it I suppose I personally might have been stuck in the mystique of comics, because when you see the comic being the produced comic that's in front of you, sometimes the what it takes to make that thing doesn't quite.
It doesn't register
in your mind. You see the mystery, you see the fantasy, you see the fantastic, you see all the stuff that's been produced, and it's put in front of you, and then you don't necessarily realize, oh, that guy whipped that off in half an hour, or maybe it took 2 hours or 8. So that's the one thing actually that I've had a very difficult time processing, because I guess because I've never actually been given the expectation by an editor, because I've never actually worked on an official book other than the Wolf Hunter for coloring, is how long is something supposed to take?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, ideally, you should be able to do a page of whatever, pencils or inks, in a day.
Yeah.
Oh, because comics are kind of a production line process in order to meet a monthly deadline, because you prepay for that print time. So you have to
back
make
in the
your
day you
deadlines.
did. Yeah. Back in the day you did.
And most of them still do, but yeah.
So in order to meet that monthly deadline, it's just like it's an assembly line process. And I forgot what I was going with this.
Well, to take it and run with it just a little bit, because most comic books are 21 to 24 pages, and you've got, at most 30 days in a month, 31
Right.
days, and you want some days off in there. So in order to get the whole comimic done, you have to
turn out at least a page a day.
At least a page a day, and if you can do more, that's great. But so that gives you time to kind of to finagle it a little bit. But you don't have time to fool around. You've got to get your idea set and then put it on the page. And it's got to be done in a day. So
right.
Yeah. So Vic here says, it feels impossible to jump into comics until you just jump right in.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. And you're right.
That's anything in life too. Anything big that you want to do. It always seems like it's going to be a huge thing to overcome to get there. You got you got a blank piece of paper in front of you. Well, that's intimidating.
You just
got to
go.
You've got to put something on there. So you just put that first mark down and go. You jump in. If the water's cold, you're going to get cold when you jump in.
Tommy, we're just flying by the seat of our pants. You want to join us? You're good at that.
Yeah. We're just doing comics ballyhoo. So we're talking
whatever
comics.
comes up. Yep.
So we're talking comics, how to make comics, comics that Silverline is making. Is there any new stuff coming out from Kablam that's interesting there? Or have you guys come up with any new processes that you want to talk about? So
it's a free for all.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a free for all. Yep. So and Vic, if
killing
you're
an hour
listening,
here.
Vic, if you got pages.
Yeah, because he told me a while back that he had finished up the project he was working on. I don't know if he jumped into another one. I mean, the guy I'm sure the end of school. I don't know it's probably another couple more weeks. So he's probably in the heat of the last few weeks of school right now.
Yeah. So all right. So so deadlines are important. So that brings up an interesting question. So maybe you guys might be able to touch on this because you guys have a lot of industry friends. The guys who did fancier pages or pages that were like super detailed and stuff like that, were those guys doing 1 day pages, or were they given like leeway?
Depends on who they were.
Yeah.
So like Bernie Wrightson.
It could take however long he wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't think he ever was on a series for very long. He
wasn't. Bernie was one of my best friends. Let's put that out there first.
Yeah, he was a cool guy.
Yeah.
I met him a couple of times.
We got on like a house on fire. We had kids the same age. And he was good enough that he could set his own schedule. The problem is, with that, if you take too long, you're not making a living.
Right. You're not making money.
So, and he was a perfectionist. So while he worked on Frankenstein, that took him like a decade. It took him years and years to do that. but he had to work that in around, paying projects, because that was his pet project, but it wasn't generating enough money, so he had to do other things in between. So sure.
So guys who are like higher level artists though, so how
he also made appearance fees.
yeah
Yeah.
Right. So but how would they, so would they get a premium for their page rate, or would they get like, so how would they make a living if they're, that's, I'm just trying to wrap my head around that. Like what,
Sometimes it's after royalties kicked in the late 80s, early 90s. That was usually an incentive that the publisher would throw in. Yeah, you'll get it on the back end. You're a popular artist, so we'll give you a good page rate and plus royalties on the end at the end.
Right.
So a lot of times that was the way it would go. Now early on, you just got your page rate, but usually guys like that, because they sold more comics, they were popular. Their page rates were higher. So yeah, they quote unquote get a better advance payment on the work they were doing.
Yeah, they could get
So-
advances sometimes, whereas us, peons couldn't.
right?
But even so, after in the 70s, when even Bernie was having problems lining up work, because it was just that tough in the industry there towards the late 90s.
Yeah, well, styles change, people's
Yep.
tastes change, things change.
Even he was going outside of comics to find work, just like most of us. He went to Hollywood though.
Yeah.
So he did the set decorations on the Green Mile.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and it happened to be that my daughter was visiting out there, stayed with him for a week while he was doing that, because she was kind of seeing his son at the time. And so she got to go onto the set of the Green Mile. Now, you would not think the Green Mile would be Bernie Wrightson material, right? But it wasn't, you see, because he was adapting to what he needed to do in order to make money, and he did a great job of it too. So he was trying to work in Hollywood when the comics stuff was drying up. He also, most people know this already, but he also designed the monsters for Ghostbusters. The demon dogs were his, I believe.
Oh wow! I did not know that.
That was for the original movie.
The original Ghostbusters.
That
And,
would have been the right era. Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah. So even though you might be one of the top tier artists, though, if you do take too much time, then you're eating into your own profits, right? Because then you're like,
because you don't get paid by the hour. You get paid by the page, by the completed piece of work. So yeah.
There's been more than a few pencilers who've gone by the wayside, good pencilers, because they couldn't make deadlines, and that'll kill your career faster than anything.
Couldn't keep up the pace. Yep.
Yep. I know lots of pencilers that happened to.
All right. Well, Tommy brought up a project that he's working on, apparently. Let's see here. I got a cool project to talk about. Maybe you all heard of it. Champ Fury 2.
Oh,
I think is that the project that we did the Kickstarter launch on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
And it's already 60%, or was it 80%? 60% funded on the first day.
See, I haven't even been over there to look yet. I just saw the email on it today, and I have not had a chance to run over there. I'll have to go over and check it out. That's great.
All right. So now, for some reason, my copy of Champ Fury 2 or Champ Fury 1 is been separated into individual pages.
You've got the leaves, as they say in the print business, right?
Yeah. So, folks, this was the first book, which was fantastic. Here you go. Here's Miss Fury. There she is. Maybe I have that. Oh, I have it upside down.
It doesn't matter with her, though. Yeah,
No.
there you go. Yeah, she's upside down.
Yeah, now she's upside down. Okay. So, anyways, so there's a book 2 of this coming out, and it's Champion and Miss Fury coming out, number 2, and I believe it's the same artist. Is it? He snuck
Peter
himself
Clinton.
in there, eh? You guys,
Yeah.
did you guys catch that?
No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh, okay, so
Wow.
yeah, he snuck him. The artist snuck himself in as one of the bad guys.
65% funded. I'm going to put the link
65%.
here.
Yeah.
All right.
Martin, I threw you some recent stuff I've done. Okay, where did you throw it there, Vic? Did you throw it to me in Twitter? Where did you throw it? Or did you send it by email? How did you do that, Vic?
And that's Fund My Comic.
Yeah, so Fund My Comic.
Campaign /475/STUU2.
Vic says Twitter.
Twitter, all right. Okay, let's grab that Twitter feed. Twitter.
All the twits tweeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never cared much for Twitter, or as it's called, X now.
Oh,
that was a dumb move. As far as I'm concerned, that just changing it from Twitter to X was a terrible move to begin with, but it was also arrogant and, very, very, very musky.
Well, yeah.
Shall I say?
Yeah. It's interesting, musky. I had never put that adjective together for some reason, but that's very good. I like it. Yeah, let's see Vic's stuff.
Yeah, let's see what we got here, Vic. Vic 1. All right, give me a minute here, folks. I'm just grabbing some of Vic's pages here. All right. Well, he's definitely got storytelling going on. I can tell you that much.
Good.
So, Vic 2. So, you know what, Vic? One of the things that Dennis said last week, which is probably going to be highly encouraging, is who cares about anatomy? He didn't quite say it that way, but that's how I read it.
Well, I have a saying about that and other things in art. You got to learn how to do it right before you can. You got to learn what the rules are before you can break them.
Well, that's just it. And that's, I have so many people come up to me at my shows and say, I want to be in comics. Tell me what I need to do.
Okay.
And a lot of little kids do it too, or their parents will bring their little kids. My Timmy is the best artist I've ever seen. He wants to draw comics. Can you give him some advice? And I always give the same advice. Before you learn to do comics, learn to draw from real life.
Yep.
Draw every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Draw every single day and learn to draw real life. People, buildings, animals. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I haven't slept the last 2 nights. Cars, machines, but especially
buildings
people.
And people. And if you're going to draw anything with horses in it, learn horse anatomy. Get pictures of them and draw them. I've seen so many. The thing is, horses and people. If people know in their head what a horse looks like, but drawing it is a different deal. You have to get close to what they really look like, or it won't look right.
Correct. And I'm a stickler for details like correct car models and firearms.
I have a book drawing animals. So
yeah.
And I have a big morgue of photographs of horses. See if I got it here.
And ladies and gentlemen, and children too, Trace.
Yeah. I mean, and here, pictures from magazines, horses.
Yep.
So you know how to draw them. Just, I got a big thing full of horses. So.
Yeah, see, you're still doing it old school, and I did that too. I had folders and folders and folders of
Well, I
pieces
do
of
it.
magazines
I've had
cut out.
that folder forever, and I
Yep.
still use it. But I've got I had a file cabinet that had a whole drawer full of all kinds of stuff. I threw most of it out. If I need stuff now, I go to Google it. I can
Exactly.
blow it up, shrink it. And then it's easy to throw it on the light box and trace it in, as you were mentioning. And then you put your own spin on what you. But if you get those right dimensions, get the proportions proper, then you can play with it and put your style on it. So
I have a controversial question then.
uh-oh,
If it's okay to
I
swipe,
know where you're going.
if it's okay to swipe a photo offline and trace it to put it into the background, why is it okay to generate an AI item or background, put it into your comic, and then start from that?
There isn't
Well,
any.
there isn't any reason.
No,
There's
there's no
nothing wrong
difference
with that.
there. It's
But-
it's using the whatever AI you generate and using it instead of your own style.
Yes.
If you put it on a light box or put it in a computer and trace around it, you're doing more than tracing. Was what you're really doing. You're putting your style on it.
Mhm.
But if you're just pulling AI out and using just the AI, you're not putting your own spin on it. Then that's not creative. That's just cut and paste.
Yeah.
Again, I could cut out pictures of horses and paste them on the page. That would be the equivalent of what AI is.
I agree. I agree.
So, but using it as a basis to get the proportions proper, if you're trying to draw a specific place, why not trace it? Why not find a photograph of it or go take one? Early on in my career, I went out and took photos.
Oh, I did. I used my husband. I need a shot of a hand holding a knife. It's not something you can find easily. Here, stand still.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Just stand there like that. I'm going to take a photo.
I had a mirror right next to my drawing table because I'm drawing with this hand, but I need the other hand. I need my right hand to draw. So I would have a mirror, and whatever I needed to do, I'd point, use the mirror and use that to draw from.
And
But,
another thing about AI is I've messed around with it a little bit. I've never been happy with it. Because no matter what I type in, it is not matching up to what I've got in my head.
Oh, Lord.
Right. Of course not.
It's like, no, that's not what I meant. You stupid
Because
thing.
it's not your brain, it's the computer's brain doing the work.
Yeah, that's not. No, I said this. No, that's not it either.
It's like computers are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They only do exactly what you tell them to do. So I imagine if you did like Alan Moore used to do, write this huge paragraph for each panel, exactly what you wanted drawn in it. You might be able to get somewhat close to what you're saying, but you'd have to talk about camera angle. You'd have to talk about what's in the background. So by the time you've typed all that in, you could draw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
there's a couple of like little free apps that I've messed around with, and because I'll be damned if I ever pay for AI.
Oh no,
and,
no, thank you. No.
And no matter how much I've tried to
Use
get
this AI.
it to spit out a background that I want to use, it never gives me what I want.
No.
It's just easier just to draw myself.
I tried it once a few days ago just to see, just as curiosity. Found I had a link in some article that I was reading about AI, and it had a link to a free one. And I went over and typed something in, and what it gave me was very dry and lifeless. So, I think that's what you're going to get when you type it in. You have to give it life. An artist, by me saying that you're giving your own spin on it. You're giving it life. You're
Mhm.
giving it a some kind of substance to it that AI just can't do. Well, at least at this point, I don't know. Maybe later on when it gets more powerful, it'll be even better at that. Who knows? But I don't think it'll ever replace an artist. And again, I'm doing art on paper. That's the AI art is being done in the internet. It's in the ether. It's not really painting anything. It's not really drawing anything.
No.
There's no original art. So,
I agree,
so that's
Timothy.
another thing.
Hi, Timothy. Welcome to the show.
All I wanted
Well,
was a simple background. That's all I wanted, and I couldn't even get that.
Wow.
I like it when you have the 3 hands and the extra finger and the third eye.
Pose and there's really weird.
I didn't even try to get a pose on anything because I've seen I've seen how those turn out. No, I just wanted a simple anime background to put behind a Pokemon piece I'm working on.
All right, you guys want to take a look at Vic?
Yeah, let's
one
see
of
Vic's
pages.
Yeah.
Hey Vic, let's see what you got going on here. All right, here we go. I wanted to look at this page because this is very interesting. Now, Vic. I gotta tell you this. I told you this before. If you want your picture, to have the details, you can't do this. I need a new. Where's my new layer here? New raster.
Uh-oh, what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna do. Let's see.
You're gonna doodle?
Yeah. Hang on. Okay. I gotta make that red because we're correcting stuff. Sorry, Vic. This is Teacher Martin teaching you something here. All right. See this here. This guy's head is gonna get chopped off here. Yeah. You're not gonna see any of that. You're not gonna see it. It's not gonna happen.
If you don't mind that, that's okay.
Yeah. If you're now, I think maybe my layout, my page layout here is a little bit different than his. So let's see if I can move this down a little bit.
I mean, I have stuff bleeding off the edge of almost every page anymore.
So where's it lining up?
It works if you've put him like in a lower panel where it bleeds up into a previous panel, but it doesn't work when it's going off of.
Because that one little horn or whatever it is that's gonna be gone.
So all of that
completely off.
So all of this is gonna be that's gone. This is gone. This
remember,
doesn't exist.
Look at those little
this
lines.
Is what we're gonna get. This is all. So if this is important, you got to bring that down. Don't go off the edge. Okay, so now down
shrink
here,
it a little. You could shrink it a little, or do something with it to make it fit in there better.
Now down here, I think this is the line for his. Okay, I'm getting my lines confused with his lines. I'm just gonna see if I can. Whoops. Let's just do this. I'm gonna see if we can grab that. Move this up.
Yeah, that guy's chin on the lower right. Most of that's gonna be gone.
Yeah. So
wait a minute. Nope. No. Okay.
No. Well, no. I moved.
The right hand side of him is going to be gone. Yeah.
So his page here. His crop is here and looks like
the trim is in a little bit. Yeah. They're
like.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, this might be livable, but like if this guy's like this is. So Vic, this is a great head, man. This is like this.
That stands out to me too.
You've got something going on here. You've got something figured out.
Yeah.
You've got you're starting to get there. This is good. I like this. I like this guy a lot.
That's good.
You got good shape happening, but like all of this stuff here is gonna get chopped. So
maybe he's just filler. You don't know.
He might be filler, but even still, this is still nice stuff. Like, don't waste your good stuff. Don't throw it out the
That's the best thing on that whole page.
Yeah.
That's a great face he's got there.
Yeah,
That's the best thing on the page.
Yeah, that grabbed me there. So good job.
I agree.
Let's see if I can pull. Okay, so here we go. So actually, the layout of this page is actually not that bad. I mean, it's got some interesting stuff. I like this diagonal here happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, the hat is of this guy in the foreground is at the same diagonal as the drapes in the background, which is
it's got some of the same. It's got some of the same swoop to it as well. It's got some of the same motion,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's kind of an echo.
Got this happening. You got this happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You got right.
Progress, Vic. Progress.
Very good. So this is so this page. Now, there's a little bit of a clarity thing that you need to do here, like this. You need to like make this distinct and pop out in front. And the way you do that is you make those lines. You're going to make this stuff here in front bolder or thicker. You're going to make this stuff thicker up here so that it kind of, like this is a bit of a tangent. Like here, you got tangent happening. So like maybe bring this over here like this, so there's a distinction between the hat and the collar, right? And then I'm not sure what you got going on here. Like this is jacket. So yeah. So make sure that whatever you got going on here, this is clear.
Yeah.
All right. So,
yeah, because it makes it unfortunately makes that head in the lower right hand corner. He's not completely overlapped, so it's hard to tell if he's foreground or background.
Yeah.
So overlap him just a little bit. That shows that it's background. Because otherwise, he looks like the guy on the left is maybe a giant, or the guy on the head on the right is a midget.
Yeah. So this guy's supposed to be closer to us.
Yeah.
So so you kind of got the right idea, but this guy's head should be like up here. Like, is he as tall? Is he as tall as this guy here? Like, what's
maybe he's sitting,
or maybe he is sitting. Yeah, maybe. So yeah. So, but yeah, you're here. Your anatomy has come a long way, dude.
Oh yeah.
Nice, well done. Like you got stuff going on here.
Still got work to do, but you know it's progress.
And
progress in a short amount of time.
And you're getting your forms. You're getting your forms. So yeah. All right. So I'm going to do something here for everybody.
This is a non sequitur to Rob, but thank God this is the last page with a stagecoach. God.
Oh, I agree. They were a pain to draw too.
So again, just so everyone knows, Barb and Rob are talking about their secret project, and has some gorgeous stagecoaches happening. But man, are they detailed, and man, are they crazy to draw. All right, so here we go. I'm going to switch to a pencil. Where's my pencil?
I love this just about as much as I love the mansion in the first 3 issues of Cat and Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Mansion used to drive me nuts too. Do we have to have it in this issue? And then when I finally found out that they were going to burn it down, I was like, yes.
You enjoyed that inking that panel, didn't you?
Burn that puppy. I'd never have to ink it again.
All right, so Vic, this is for everybody. It's something I learned from artist on YouTube. If I can remember his name, I will spit it out. But he taught me this, or he taught the world this wonderful technique for making faces. All right, you get your shape in here.
You're gonna do the mask thing.
The mask.
Yeah, the mask thing. You told me that. We talked about that a while back.
I want to see this.
Yeah.
So you get this M shape here. All right. You get this M shape. All right. And then from this corner to this corner, you draw a line. This sets up your eye line.
Your eye line. Yep. Your eye
and then
line.
and then
Yep.
you draw this little kind of like U, and this is going to be where you put your nose. The base of your nose
almost
is
looks
here.
like lips.
It does.
Well, yeah, well, exactly. And then that shape can also be used for the lips too, right?
Yeah.
So that shape is everywhere. All right, and so now once you got the mask in, now you can get your eyes in here, and then you get your eyebrows in, and then you erase all this stuff.
You
if
got
you
the
use
face.
this, you have your face in like this. So I had a huge issue. With eyes, for years and years and years and years. My eyes, for some reason, I could not get the eyes to have a kind of a real feeling to them. So
I have a trick.
So, and even if I traced them or whatever, so my eyes always ended up being kind of like, I always ended up doing this, and then I could, like, if I tried to put in the pupil, it just never worked. It never ever worked. So I always had to do my eyes kind of like, with the. But once this mask thing came in, I finally understood how it worked, yeah. So now, because I now understand the mask, if you can imagine it in your head, you don't even have to draw the lines down, and you can get the head in place. So here, I'm gonna try this with the black pencil. So, and I'll draw it more of a straight-on view to get that M in there. Right here, draw our line. Now we're going to draw this guy's nose way down here. Draw the central line. So now this guy here has a really big nose, and we'll give him eyes here. All right. Let's erase this. So if you understand that shape, that basic shape, and you apply it, you're going to get really good faces really fast. So I taught this to a girl, and her art improved in like 2 days.
Wow. Tommy wants to see some inks from the Top Secret project. I think you can
there we go.
oblige him.
All right. Yes, let's. Shall we? All right. So I hope that was helpful. Vic says I showed this to him last time, but it's always good to have a review. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
All
there
right.
are people watching who probably may not have seen that. So it's not all just for Vic.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Inks. Dude, let's see. Some inks from the secret project. Let's see if we can file place. What is there anything you can tell us about the secret project that?
Well, throw it a page up.
All right.
It's we're working it around our other projects, so we don't have a deadline yet.
All right.
Vic says I usually do like Hogarth shows me for facial construction.
Mm-hmm. He's got he's good for some things, but don't rely on him too heavily.
Oh, Hogarth? Yeah. Hogarth is yeah.
He's good to get you started. He's good to get you started.
Square fingers.
Yeah.
He's a mixed bag of tricks. So some people absolutely loved him, and then other people are absolutely.
I have like 3 or 4 of his books, so I like what he does. But
I bought
so which
them all.
Which page are we putting up? I'll get the pencils out here too.
Hey, hang on, I've got them. I'm gonna. I've got both of them. I'm gonna, and I'll hide the reference to the.
Well, I already hid the Well, I did it the second time I sent it.
Imports image. Okay, and this one. There we go. Open. All right.
So you're working on 6 now, right, Barb? Working on page 6.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Yeah, that is the
I-
last time we see that damn coach.
Thank
All right.
you.
So I do not know if these are I do not know if these pages are in order, nor do I care. It's just
Doesn't
let's
really
show
matter.
them off.
Uh-uh.
Let's show them off. There we go. And yeah. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Empress of Inks over top of the venerable artist Rob.
Yeah,
Gates. Let us
the
take a
one
look
on
at
that one is page 3. And
Oh, Barb.
What?
You gotta fix
Oh
this.
no, I have a line through her hand.
Yes.
Thank you for pointing that out. I'll fix
Yes.
it.
oh yeah, she's a ghost.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah,
I
it's
I
one
didn't
of those
see
one of
anything.
those deals where it's probably even got it in the original art. Let me see.
No, I doubt it.
Mhm.
Oh, it
I
might.
did it on a different layer so I could make a straight line, and then I erased from that layer.
And look, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look at this hair. Man, what I wouldn't give to be able to render hair like this. Rob, this is one of Rob's signatures, ladies and gentlemen. He does the best hair I've ever seen in comics.
Let me
Look
cover
at
up
this.
the title here.
Beautiful hair. And here we're gonna. I'm just gonna show you guys. See, Rob has that mask in here. Ta-da!
That's right.
Right there. There's the mask. All right.
And
Man.
Yeah, there's the penciled version.
Oh, where's the pencils? There's the pencils. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay. And
Oh, hang on a second. So actually, Barb did the hair because she inked it, but you did.
she gave it more. She smoothed it out. She smoothed it out, and she gave a little more. Yeah, she gave more to it than I mean that's what a good inker does.
Yes,
is it takes what the penciler puts there and gives it even more life.
Dun 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 dun. The letter with
the letter.
On it.
So
too bad, folks.
No lettering yet.
Dear Mom, you are no
Heck, I can't tell you what's on that page right now.
So this is an interesting. This brings up a very interesting dynamic here. All right, so Rob, you pencil this and then you send it to Barb.
Mm-hmm.
What
as a digital file? Yeah.
If any, what instructions, if any, do you give to Barb about inking your stuff?
Well, the one I'm looking at the moment. He also has color notes on his stuff. He tells me light. There's one of them that I
tell which way the light source is coming from. Yeah.
Yep.
I indicate where it's supposed to be coming from.
And this one says, oh, you can't hang on. Whoop. All right. This one's you can't see it, but it says black with stars.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Barry Windsor Smith thing. Yeah.
Yeah. BWS.
But
yeah.
do you give her any tips on how to how she should go about rendering your line work or anything like that, or do you just say that's up to you? I trust
the inker. I trust the inker. In this case.
That?
No, blue light.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Note that's a blue light. That's a because in the script it calls for a blue light. So I wanted to include that to make sure that the colorist remembers that that's supposed to be a blue light down there.
Yeah, did I tell my Black with Stars story? As a show.
I think so, but yeah.
Yep. There's new listeners today, so I'll tell it again. I was at a show one person came over and saw an original piece of artwork that I had rendered the Black with Stars in my coloring process. So I didn't actually black them in on the original artwork. So it just said in blue BWS on the artwork in blue pencil. And he got all excited. Is this an actual Barry Windsor Smith page? Like,
yeah.
No, that means Black with Stars.
Yeah. I usually put a slash after the W too. Not always, but usually. Oh, you've really given her an even more villager look than they were in the pencils. Nice job.
Why, thank you, sir.
Yeah. I like it.
So this shot here, is that all from imagination, or did you have someone pose for you, or did you have a pose library?
I've done this long enough that I can get that particular one in my head. That's all from my head.
Yeah. All right.
There are a few poses where I have to find reference for them.
Yeah.
I think I was going to say maybe those two hands, but no, I think I drew those straight out. And those took a little while. But sometimes I'll have to find reference for a hand, especially if it's holding a gun.
Right.
I don't have any gun props in my studio, so I can't do them myself. So I have to find photos so that a hand is holding a gun correctly.
Rob is also very good with facial expressions. If they are not always looking the same way, like they're constipated. They all, like a lot of superheroes, they all look constipated every single panel.
Yeah. There's two, maybe three emotions in many comic book artists' repertoire. I try to be a little more subtle with mine. I will sometimes struggle with just where to put the eyebrow to give the right expression. I will erase and put that sucker in 3 or 4 times before I get it right.
Tommy, I am still in Procreate because I'm an old dog, and just learning any new tricks these days is a pain in the ass. So I stick with what I know. I love Procreate. It's like Photoshop for dummies. I mean, it's right up my alley.
If it ain't,
I'm using
don't
Clip.
Fix it.
Well,
don't fix it.
Okay, show him the Divinity pieces that I colored in Procreate. I inked and colored these in Procreate just to show off to Tommy a little bit here.
Oh yeah, all right. File.
He says I'll be happier in Clip.
Image.
You might be.
But then I have to learn something new,
right,
and
Tommy,
I don't have time to learn something new.
Yeah,
I am so swamped.
So the interesting thing about Clip in Japan, anyways, the guys are using Clip Studio as kind of like their whatchamacallit, as kind of like their hub program. And so what happens is they then they have a server where they send the files back and forth to, and then they can do updates on the page on the fly between them, and because they're working in the same program, then they're updating the files, kind of like almost like programming. So
what are we doing here?
Hang on, I'm just looking for one more image here.
he's going to put them side by side as a spread.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to put them side by side as a spread here.
Sorry about that. Preposition canvas. There we go. All right. So here's some coloring that. So you did this in Procreate?
I did do one. I inked them and colored them in Procreate. Just finished issue number 4 of Divinity. This is the last page of issue 4 of Divinity that he's showing you right now. And then I just did one panel, mystery panel, from in the middle of the book, just to tease.
So you plucked that out of a page. That's not.
Yep.
Okay. So that's not the whole page. It's just plucked out.
Oh goodness, no. That's just a teaser.
Okay.
So is that Divinity on that page, or is that someone else?
That's Olivia.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
that's
going to say
Olivia.
that's the gal. I forgot her name, but yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Does Clip Studios cost anything?
It does cost a little bit. I
Yeah.
think you can get a free version though. So
See,
I
one
think-
of the reasons I liked Procreate, apart, from the whole layout of the iPad, was it was only, when I bought it anyway, it was only $9. One time, one and done, $9.
Yeah, I think I paid 9 or 10 for mine as well.
$30. That's not bad. I might
That's
play
not-
with
no,
it.
that's
Clip
good for a
is Clip is
program.
very
Of course.
very affordable.
Also, does it work
Yeah.
on the iPad? That's the question. Do they have an iPad version?
I'm not
Because
sure.
that's
They do
that's
have an
Barb's
Apple version.
primary platform at the moment is her iPad. So,
Yes.
So that would be if it's not available for iPad, that might be a killer right there.
There's a lot of tricks that you can do with Procreate, but there are some drawbacks, I do admit. Like, for one thing that they do in Photoshop is they can draw this angle with the dotted lines, that they make an angle where the light source is coming from, and it will automatically throw a light source.
Uh-huh.
I love that, and I can't do that in Procreate.
Yeah.
So it is available on iPad.
Yay! All right. Well, I will look into it. All right,
Good.
Tommy.
That might be worth looking into then. Yeah.
Because I did a show Sunday here in Madison, and the guy next to me also had prints, and I asked him. I said, these look airbrushed almost." I says, "Do you airbrush your art?" And he goes, "No, I do it in Clip. It just does it." And I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." So I am curious about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have the different brushes and stuff. So, and you can also do
airbrushing type stuff in Photoshop.
Yeah. So apparently you can also do it on your phone as well.
Right. And Procreate, I've designed some of my own brushes. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
To meet my needs.
Clip Studio Paint has a whole brush engine in the whole 9 yards, and you can twiddle to your heart's content. So
yeah, it might be worth looking at. It'll have some other tools to it that you probably don't have in Procreate.
So I made my own grass brush.
Yeah. Now the only tool in Clip that drives me bonkers is the text tool. It works, but it's just so clunky. It just drives me nuts. It's like, God. So
what are you working in? What are you working in right now?
This is Clip.
This is Clip.
Yes.
All this stuff. Wow. Around the
yeah, it's well, okay. So
these are all just the windows he's got open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are just the toolbox.
So you don't have to have all the stuff open. You
Yeah.
can close. You can reformat it however you want. And so, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Photoshop. You can either have a bunch of tools and stuff open, or you can just make them all go away.
Yeah. So there. So here on the right side, you have your layers, and then you have all your pages. Oh, you guys want to see some Wolf Hunter colors?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, you got some hiding there, huh?
Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
Ooh, we got
Wolf Hunter.
We got the whole color scheme thing going here.
Yeah. So this is Wolf Hunter 2 coming. Let's see if I got. Oh, I like this page a lot. This one I had a lot of fun rendering. So I do apologize. Whoops, I do apologize for going through this so many. I went through lots of iterations, and finally settled on a look and feel, and it took me a while to get there. But yeah, and part of the reason why I changed it up a little bit was because the new artist on the book. Oh no, I think my Clip Studio just crashed. Okay, let's stop sharing. All right, yeah. So, yeah, Clip Studio is a great program. So the thing I love about Clip Studio is it's a hybrid. It's like a hybrid between InDesign meets Photoshop together, and Illustrator as well. It's all of them combined into one. So you can do all you have all your pages laid out for you. so you know where all your pages are, and you can click onto a page and then go there, and then you have your overview, and then you can do all your lettering, and then you can do all your inking, and so you can do everything in one place. You don't have to jump around from spot to spot.
I will have to try it out.
Which I
in my
do a lot.
copious spare time. Yeah, right. Between writing Divinity number 6, I have to ink number 5, ink and color number 5, get number 4 out. I'm doing the Top Secret project, and there's another project we want to get back off the ground that failed the first time. Taking care of the elderly parents and the grandkids. Yeah, I will get on that Clip Studio thing real fast.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be retired, folks. Yeah.
So the one thing that's really nice about Clip Studio is the inking brushes in it are fantastic.
That intrigues me greatly.
They are very good. So I always had trouble with the inks in the other programs, and but
I've had to tweak the brushes in Procreate to get the kind of tips that I want.
Yeah. So yeah. All right.
You were worried about eating up an hour? Well, we were already over.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff all over the place. So yeah.
And we didn't even look at the 2 pages I gave you. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
We can save those for later.
No, we have time.
Oh, the Boston Bombers pages, right?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Clip Studio crashed. Never mind.
Yeah. So, all right. So Silverline guys,
exactly.
We make comic books like this called Kalis. Kalis is the ultimate dad comic. Get it? Awesome book. I love this book. I don't have the second. We have 2. It's 2 miniseries, right? Right now, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
so
2
the second miniseries. I don't have any of those issues, but I read the digital copies, and
I think that issue 3 of the first series is in previews this month.
Yeah.
Silverline Team Up. Champion and Ms. Fury is currently on. We have 27 days to go.
Fund my comic.
Yep. Yes. We have 27 days to go. We're 65% of goal, but we set our goal low on purpose. We would like to far exceed our goal, if at all possible, because that means we are able to keep bringing you guys the best of comics. So please go and fund our Kickstarter or crowdfunder. Sorry.
Yeah. So they're not Kickstarters. This is Fund My Comic.
No. Barb, you have the title of what's your title again? You're the CIO, the
CFO.
CIA.
CFO. CIA.
I'm the CFO, Chief Financial Officer. I do the books.
So did you have any numbers on how Trump's is doing in the bookstores?
I do not.
I don't. For that, I would think.
That is a Roland question.
For that matter, I think just the first issue just went into shops. Was it in April? I think it just went into shops in April. So
okay.
So and
I'm sure I do, but it's all tied up on spreadsheets elsewhere, and I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Great, yeah.
I like my spreadsheets. I have spreadsheets of my spreadsheets.
So yeah, so do we have two Fund My Comics running right now, or
no,
is it
just the one? We wrapped up White Devil.
Okay, so White Devil it's a go.
It's done.
Yep.
All right.
And now we're on to Champ and Miss Fury, the team up.
Yeah, so folks, if you want to get some action adventure comics, Champ and Miss Fury #2 is out. It is at the link that was provided earlier in the show. I don't know if we can find it.
It's up right now. I've got it up.
It's at the bottom of the screen.
Fund My Comic.
Right there.
Go there. It'd be nice if it said Champ Miss Fury or something like that, but oh well. If you guys can read that, go and look that up. And if you are in your comic book store,
copy it and paste it into your browser.
Ask for Silverline books at your comic book store, and they'll say, who? And they say, Silverline. You don't have Silverline? Why don't you have Silverline? I'm going to not shop here anymore until you get Silverline. No.
Say they are in diamond, so
yes,
look them up.
They are in diamond. So this is very cool. Yeah, so Vic, thank you so much for sharing your art again, and you have improved a lot. So
making progress, Vic. Making progress.
And Rob and Barb, thank you so much for showing off your stuff. that secret project is coming along, and it's looking snappy. So keep your eyes peeled, people.
Trying to give something for put something out there that people will be interested in. Put some work into this thing. We're putting some work into this thing.
All right. Do we have anything on tap for next week?
Yes.
Who's running our show? Oh,
I am running the show, and our special guests next week are Bill and Linda Reinhold.
And Bill, they worked on what?
A lot of stuff. Bill's worked on a lot of stuff.
Bill's done many projects throughout the years. I've got artwork for him and her. There's Iron Man, Lady Death, Badger, Fantastic Four, Galacticus, Magnus, Punisher, Silver Surfer. I've got all these samples of what either Bill has worked on by himself or Bill and Linda, because she's been a colorist for many years. She actually started out by hanging out in the studio with Bernie Wrightson, Michael Kaluta, Jeff Jones, and Barry Windsor Smith used to hang out in the studio. It was called the Studio in New York, and she hung out there.
So by osmosis alone, she probably got some.
Yeah, so she used to work
absorb some goodies.
She used to work as a colorist for Marvel and DC, and then she met Bill, and they've been married for years, and they live about an hour away from me, and I see them a lot. They're good friends.
Cool.
So they will be on next week.
That's
and they're fun to talk to.
Yeah, and I apologize ahead of time. The next 2 weeks I am driving for the golf team, and we're going to the Nationals. So I may or may not be able to pop in next week. We'll see.
Well, you did for the second half of Dennis, so maybe you can pop in for a while.
Yeah, at least for a few minutes if I can. Usually they have dinner right about the time we're doing the podcast or doing the stream. So I can't always pop in here, but I have my phone with me if we're waiting to get into a place like I did last year. I'll jump in and we'll talk for a little bit, but I will be on the road, so I'm not sure I will be able to make it this week and the following week, this next week and the following week. So I'm going to try, but I apologize ahead of time if I'm not here.
All right.
So good things. I'd like to hear about what Bill's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been working on a World War II book for like ages now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have a feeling I had probably some of his books sitting in my back bins, but I probably never, because maybe his name wasn't as big as other people's names. I probably never stuck out. But I know I had Barb's books in my back bins too, and I had no idea who she was. So, and I may or may not have had a couple of Rob's books floating around as well. So yep. I know I've seen everybody's stuff at some point in time. It's just sometimes you never make the connection with the name to the project. So
that's right.
But yeah, so it'll be very exciting to talk with them next week, see what they've done. All right. Well, I think we've hit the top of the hour and a little bit past. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our evening, and thanks to everyone who joined us this evening. We had a blast. I had fun anyway. I hope you guys did too. Hope somebody learned something. And as we always say, make mine
Silverline.
Uh-oh. Where's that ending? Where's the end? Where's the show end? Oh, there it is.
Hi, I'm Chris Olm. I'm the former editor-in-chief of Malibu Comics. Make mine Silverline.